Hi! Ooh, music. Hello. Doing whatever today, doing some Arma again, but like not like Rat's Armor. Welcome. Not planning to do Rat's Armor or nothing, not like a session, but just kind of want to toy around with some stuff. I had fun yesterday. I'm having fun with all the Rat's Armor sessions, but also I know they can... Well, not that I know they can be better, but like, obviously everything can be better, but I want to make them better. I want to always tweak and, you know, it's everything. I always want to tweak and improve things, so I thought I'd play around with some stuff I felt like playing around with today. I don't fully know what yet. I think the main thing I wanted to do was really didn't like how the AI worked yesterday when I was Zeusing them. Like, they work great in general, but just like when I was Zeusing them, it felt hard to make them, like, do stuff. It's like the age-old thing of Arma AI of, like, making them be responsibly aggressive without lobotomizing them too much. And I kind of want to toy with that today and see what I can do on that front. Make a mission, bro? I may very well... I have a mission, actually. Can I ask you all, anyone in the chat, my little Arma watching fans, anybody of you know immediately how I can just, like, rip the settings off the server and put them into my local? Because I want to test stuff same as it's on the server, so I want to have the same AI settings, the same, you know, yada yada. This is import. Okay, new option menu? Oh, easy as that. Okay, let's just go do it. Okay, cool. I can back up my ones too, can't I? I can make like an in-game backup, I think. I want to back up my ones, and then I want to import the server ones, and then we're going to go from there. So he says, I was terrified when I peeked the barn window and saw two trucks full of Russians dismounting 50 meters away. So now that probably some of you who are here who played in that mission, who weren't watching the stream yesterday when I was Zeusing it, are here. Yeah, I felt like that mission was a shit show. I don't know how it was for you guys. I imagine it's a bit in the middle where it wasn't as bad as I thought for you, but also it was probably like a little bit boring and had weird pacing. Because it was fucked up. But hopefully it was like kind of fun. Somebody says it was chaotic but kind of fun. Yeah, it was fucked. It was so fucked behind the scenes. I spent basically the entire mission giving orders to the AI that they almost completely ignored. Super tough. I apologize for it being super fucked pacing and just kind of weird and fucked. The concept I had in my head did not get to really play out in the right way. Yeah, that was the biggest hiccup, Banzer, and threw me for a little bit of a loop. And then I gave you guys dragons instead, because I was like, hell yeah, just have some dragons, fuck it. Everything else is pretty normal. That's good. Yeah, that's the thing about Zeusing, is it always feels worse from the Zeus's perspective, or from mine. Like, I'm always like, this is so boring for them, nothing is happening, no one's got to do anything. I bet there's, like, 5 people out of 20 who just, like, haven't got to have any fun this mission. I know in practice, like then one of the Zeuses we played later, I liked all the GB Zeus missions. You know, I think the next Zeus I played with as Semi's AAR, I didn't really, like, do a ton that mission. I, like, shot, like, a couple of times, and then I got in a fish and died. And I still had a great time. I mean, that's just Arma, I guess, too, so... Vale says, like, in Peace and in It's Fucked, it was fun, but I've had to have to critique it swap between those two very quickly. Yeah, because it was meant to be better based, but yeah. It was just like me going, oh, just get in there, fucking do something. Okay, so let's get on the server. Obviously not everyone has time to watch VODs, but if that interests you at all, just go like skim or watch or skim that VOD of me doing it. And I'm just like screaming at the AI like half the time. At the end, I was like desperately chasing you guys, remote controlling the driver's seats of the BTRs, just driving them at you manually because it was the only way I could get them to like kind of get the guys to where they needed to be without just spawning them on top of you. And I was just going apeshit. But I mean, also you guys just kind of killed it. I was talking about it in the Discord before I started. But you guys just kind of killed it too. Like, I know that it's a combo of don't show the Archon. I know it's a combo of like we have stuff like the armor plates to be a bit more forgiving, but also you guys just murdered the AI, absolutely slaughtered them. I think the AI maybe isn't taking good enough cover and stuff too. I don't know, like they seem like a bit too quick to take out, but I guess you also got in close in that mission because you were being like, which was, you know, my hope that you guys would make some kind of like cool special forces, like quick close range attack. It worked out great, but I don't think I was ready to react to the pacing for perfect pacing on it. So it was like kind of cool. It was like kind of scary as the Zeus that you guys did such a good job of just like taking that town so fast, but also kind of cool that you guys just like did it. It was neat. I still got the music on it, by the way. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, so can I do this without being the admin? Let's see. Ah, yes, import. Oh, I should have. Hang on. I should go and do this off the server just to make sure it does what I want first. I'm going to export my settings first, and I'm going to import the server's ones. Please say input on the server, please, God. Yeah! Oh, no! Yeah, you're right, sorry. Yeah, because you said import, I think, but maybe you said export. But yeah, of course, that would be a bad click. Yes. Well, even more reason to go practice it on my own, shall we? Maybe I'll leave the music on. I don't mind, actually. Give me something in the background. Oh, I loved the new cinematic effects, though. That SER or whatever it's called mod. Wow, I really liked that. I've been playing with it a lot in... I'll show you my test range. It doesn't matter. But I've been playing it a lot in my little test range. I will show you because I've got a funny joke about it. Well, not funny, but I have a joke about it. Where is it? Is it TTK Tester? Yeah. I've been enjoying the new puffs and effects, but actually, that was my first time getting to play with them in a session. And I really liked it. Like, just when I wasn't even thinking about evaluating the mob, but it was just part of the experience. I really liked it. Bandit says it's nice, but gets kind of silly at range ammo. Do you mean, like, you think, like, it's too visible and, like, too visible dirt puffs at range and stuff like that? Because I really like it. Like, it's actually the main reason I wanted a mod like that. We used to have one that was even sillier, if you remember. Puffs don't scale. What, you mean sort of too small? This is something I didn't say. Because that... I guess I have to be on, like, dirt to see it. What you mean? I don't know, I see dust. Am I crazy? At, like, 2 km range, I was getting the same apex I did at 200 meters. Oh, that's weird. 2 km, though. Was that when you were in the drone Banzer? What? Might be an I don't know. I haven't noticed anything like that, but I think I get what you mean. Anyway, I was really liking it, because I really like gameplay-wise, it gives us that visual feedback, which I think is really missing from default Arma. Like I said, I've been coming here to this little VR testing range I've set up. Yeah, exactly, Vale, exactly. That was the main reason. But then also just cinematically, like, I think it's added a lot for me, too. Like, when I was in a forest fight, or we were in a fight in the town, and that, like, there's, like, puffs coming off near me. Like, before, there's always that sense, like, the crack would go past me, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, like, I'm being shot at in Arma. But, like, actually seeing, like, a random puff of dust come up next to my building I was taking cover behind really struck me. I really liked it. Anyway, there was nothing actually funny. I baited you. It was just funny to me that when I made this VR range, completely unintentionally, Sammy's face just got picked for, like, the first rat target I put down because I was testing rat TTK2, so I've been shooting Sammy a lot. I didn't do it on purpose, Sammy. Also, I think this is where you've been given, like, too much health, which is why you're not dying. But I've been shooting you in the leg, dick, armpit, head. I've been shooting you a lot. Oh, this would be fucked because I've been testing this with Ace Med off, that's right. Anyway, I'm not going to get distracted here forever. Wait, where'd the little arrows I put here go? Oh, well, they're gone. Oh, no, there they are. Yeah, those are my distance markers. I see. So, I want to export my settings because I worked very hard on them, but I no longer need them. So, what do? Import settings to the clipboard, export settings to the clipboard. Oh, so I just put this in Notepad? Does this do for everything, Banzer, or do I have to go through every mod? Settings you want is in load in the options, by the way. Oh, so I don't want export, I want save. And it does everything. Okay, great. Yes. I've used this before. I've used this before, I should know. Will I write your DRI and stuff? Yeah. Oh, well, that'll be kind of annoying, but... I could just set that again. So, Beagles... I don't know why I said Beagle, like it's all mine. Beagle 25. We'll just put the full date. 2011. 2025. Full settings. Backup. Okie dokie. Where is it? There it is. Sweet. Ooh. Sweet. I usually just ignore these. Jeff, kill this guy, said Banzer. Why are we killing me? Why? Better make a good bishop. Say hi, Isaac. Isaac! It's been too long. What's up? When are you ratsing again, bud? I feel like I probably asked you this and you've told me already, so I'm sorry. But tell me again, when are we ratsing? You... Excuse me. Bender says, you did a date in a format he hates. Didn't I do day, month, year? What is long war rebalance? This looks insane. Oh, we kind of hate it, Sammy. We kind of make fun of it and clown on it and bully it and hate it. Because it has green fog. But it adds a lot of crazy shit, apparently, like airstrikes. I don't know, I've never actually tried it, I'm gonna be real. We did the classic gamer thing, having a lot of fun making fun of it, but I never played it. But also airstrikes, kind of curious about it, to be honest. Hey, new excuse to play Long War again, right? Isaac says, I work early mornings during the week, so your start time for Arma on Thursdays is too late for this, old man. I'm so sorry, Isaac. Like, legitimately, I am to hear that. I wanna fix that for you, but I guess I can't without fucking up the time for everyone else. That sucks, though. I miss you in Arma. Isaac, you were a big part of the rat sessions for me. Okay, what am I doing? Let's get back on my brain here. I was ignoring that error, I think. Why is it saying that? This is so scary because, like, to me at least, to my brain, it shows just enough, like, vague feeling of something is breaking, but not enough context for me to have any idea what. It's just like, shit's bad. It's like hitting the wrong fret on Guitar Hero. It's just like a bad noise in my head. Long War Rebalance gives Mindfray like 6 damage on Mouse's Veil. What the fuck? That's crazy. But it has airstrikes! I want to see a clip of the airstrikes. People say that to me and I've never, like, seen how it works. I actually want to see how they've, like, represented it graphically, like, mechanically made that work. It's so interesting. Yeah, hell yeah, Isaac. Somebody says they apparently just did a 2.0 update for Long War Rebalance, which is why it's something on my radar. I thought that was, like, ages ago. Anyway, I'm doing the stochastic, like, brain power diverting thing where I just kind of, like, say a thing and hope someone will be like, oh yeah, Beagle, that's fine. But no one's saying shit, so, oh well. That's gonna be fine. Maybe I can, like, double back this up. I just don't know why that's breaking. I don't know why that's breaking, but I'm not gonna figure it out just sitting here, so fuck it. The absolute worst comes to worst, I redo all my settings. It's not the end of the world. Fnatic says it's not fine. Thank you, Fnatic. Okay, so now let's go and very carefully, I'm going to be very particular about this, not overwrite all of the server settings, which I hope are backed up somewhere as well for such an eventuality, because we worked very hard on these. The Royal We, Cyclone and everyone else, Momo and fans are probably you too, but I know everyone's worked hard on these settings. You have to be on the server? What? How do I get the server settings without being on the server? Explain, my friend. Save settings for the past servers, a couple servers you've been on. Oh! Tell me more. Okay, so maybe I was just looking at it in the load there and didn't even pay attention. Just from the load menu? Oh. Silly me. I am so closed off to even looking for such things. I'm a UI designer's worst nightmare because, like, I'm just not even looking for new shit. I'm just looking for what I already am thinking about in my head, if that makes sense. What you working on tonight, Beagle? Nothing really in particular. I just kind of want to fuck around with the AI. If I had to pick something, it'd be I want to feel more comfortable with the AI after the shit show I had managing them on the Rosh mission yesterday. That's my main impulse. We'll see what else I do. Okay, so back into this. Banjo says, we know you don't rebeagle, it's fine. I really don't. I really, at some point, just learned to skim information so quickly. Probably for being a streamer. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So this would be the last few times I joined the server, I guess. Beagle White, yeah, I am. I guess the latest one, then. Let's just click it. You're the reason as to why UX guys have a job? And girls, and NPs. Yes. I am, yes, absolutely that person where I think that pursuit is so interesting, not to get sidetracked, but that idea of, like, yeah, it's not about you can expect the player to look for information responsibly, but more we have to trick the dumb player into subconsciously knowing what we want them to know. Yes, I am 100% that person. 150%. Hello, PG. How are you? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. I have a PG. In Discord briefly, but on stream. Somebody says the nasty Arma sluts are out in chat. Well, this is the Arma Slut Club. Yes, we're playing Arma. Well, we're in Arma. Of course. Where are they going to go? I actually don't know. Where else do you go for Arma? I know you got PCA, but, like... Is that it? Is it UX now, says Dyson? Can't call it GUI anymore because of woke? Well, UX is user experience. UI is user interface. I guess what we're talking about is user experience through UI. What am I looking for? I'm getting distracted. That's true, Banzer. I think about that sometimes, yes. Yeah, you ever see that back in the day? Send me that trailer, or do you only just see it now? It's a great trailer, it just, isn't real. We're not yet. That's fair, Dyson. Wait, what's the pun? Can't call it gooey because of woke? Wait, what's the pun? I'm too dumb. Yeah, I like it too, Benny, but I haven't got the patience to watch a full video of it. Banter linked me one and I skimmed it, in full honesty, because it looks cool, but I haven't got the full patience. I'm trying very hard, and I think doing a better job than usual to not get consciously distracted today, but I will put it on the screen briefly, because Banter showed it to me, and I think it sounds like what you're into. So just briefly, I'm just going to highlight it on my browser. Oh, this is the thing I clicked for my joke to Banter. Hang on, no, that's the Ranger thing. No, wait, that's also from Banzer. This is a different thing. Am I right? Yeah. Anyway, I just made a joke about it. Just briefly, this is the thing Banzer sent me.
In visual content.
By a channel called... No, don't shut up the War Thunder! It's by a channel called Hey Young Dance.
In this video.
They're like super hardcore. I've skimmed this very briefly, like again, full honesty, even because Banter's here right now, Banter linked this to me. I've just skimmed this. I have not watched it. Didn't at the time have the patience. And I'm always torn as a emotively charged word. I'm not torn, but I'm always like of multiple minds in these videos in how I feel about them. Because like I love like how hardcore they get, because that's what really interests me. Is like more depth is really interesting to me. Because it's more things you can get good at, it's more things you can go wrong, provides more challenge. But at the same time, like, I'm also acutely aware from having experienced it myself, the feeling of, like, you know, feeling like maybe, oh, like, this is just, like, LARPing. It's the line between, like, LARPing and... Yeah, and Banter kind of... Because I love role-playing, so there's nothing wrong with LARPing, really. But I think Banter's actually sewing up what I'm trying to say better, so forget what I was saying. Badger says, the overall experience looks so fucking cool, but I think the individual experience is pretty boring. That's such a great way to sum it up, yes. And that's what I worry about a lot in the way that we frame our sessions sometimes, when we think about different things to do or different ideas that seem cool off the flush, but in practice might just make for some pretty boring roles for at least some people, if not everyone. That's how I feel, yeah, because real war, when you're kind of becoming more immersive to like real warfare and real combat operations, you know, real shit, it's a job. It's not meant to be fun or exciting or thrilling. That's not the point. It's your job. And jobs aren't meant to be fun. Jobs are often boring. Jobs are done in the way that is most efficient for the job. So naturally, that's naturally you're going to have that. But, you know, I think the best kind of experience like this then takes the feeling like you're taking all the depth of the real job, because that's what makes it interesting, is the reality of it means there's so much depth to it. So much depth to consider more than just run around and shoot things. But, yes, the best of both worlds is, well, having that, but also, like, remaining very engaging and interesting, right? But yeah, they're, like, doing this, like, oh, I gotta get one of these time codes where they've got that slide up. Where is it? They got, like this full-on briefing slide thing going on. Like, I do our rat set missions, and I've been trying to just play it by my pants, making up new sayings. Seat of my pants. Like, I've just been trying to be like, Mo and Banter roasted my ass for it when I was like, alright, we're just gonna, like, fucking walk south, and I'll tell you what to do as we go. So this is, like, completely different to that, but... I don't know, it's very interesting. But it also isn't. Kind of like how Banter summed it up better than me. It's very interesting, but it also isn't. It's definitely something to look at, though. I can't give really any more in-depth on that, because, like I said, I really haven't gone through it properly. But I'll link it in chat for anyone interested. Banter says, each phase of the mission has codes and elements, you're expected to report them. Yeah, and, like, Banter was saying, like, here, just briefly show again. Like, they don't even have, like, player names when they log on. Like, they have, like, just, like, their little acronym, like, call sign here is, like, what their names go by. They don't, like, call each other, like, anything but that. It's very hardcore, but, you know, undeniably there is something interesting about it, of course. Of course, PG. Yeah, absolutely. It's taped on the back of their head, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd briefly show that because it come up because you said something like that. But it's just different povs. Like last night, driving the tank was fun because I got to be part of the end result of the platoon, making the epic assault. So the boring roles that interest me. Tank driver is like the main thing that I worry about. That what we just talked about in our experience. It's why I would be open to AI tank drivers because I think commander is interesting, gunner is interesting, driver is interesting for everyone else to be a human. But I worry it's not interesting for the person. That said, I've played as a tank driver in Chaktak, and I liked it. You know, I think at a certain point, and again, not trying to sidetrack, but this actually is kind of like the point to me today. This is interesting to talk about, especially with you guys here, guys, girls, MBs. I think there has to be a certain level, not has to, but I think it's best when there's a certain level of acceptance of sometimes things aren't perfect for you. It's like when I kind of finally got into Tarkov, it's really because I accepted that sometimes there are low lows, and sometimes there's really low lows, and sometimes it's just boring. But because of that, that's how you can achieve high highs. It was the same with PUBG in hindsight, where early PUBG, when Arangel came out, a lot of the game was like 90% not getting shot at, only like 10% combat. And especially being younger, and having, I think, less of a holistic understanding at the time, I was like, it sucks though, like I just want to hot drop all the time, I just want to go in, I'm bored, I just walk around bored. But in hindsight, that was what made the game so interesting and great, was the downtime. And when I tried to play the game again recently, PUBG specifically, or I've played other games that tried to ape it with less downtime, like Super People, it does lose, it's just undeniable, it loses some of what made it great when it's just non-stop hot drop action. And I think Arma is a game where if you're trying to like hit something special with it, there does have to be a kind of acceptance, at least to me, this is my opinion, acceptance, understanding that sometimes things will suck, oh well. And for me, something that's on my mind currently with Arma and our sessions as well, in that sense, and I was talking about it briefly in Discord before I started the stream, is, you know, our level of casualties. I felt like, just to paraphrase or rephrase what I was saying in Discord, I feel like maybe we're not dying enough. And that's loaded, I know, because, like, no one wants to just, like, sit there and spectator, especially early on if it happens to you. But again, you know, comparing to my experience in Shaktak, and that was the best Arma experiences I had before Rats, so that's what I always go back to. My only, really, I guess, before, except for fucking around on my own. That would happen sometimes, you know? Lots of very, very memorable experiences for me in Shaktak sessions. And in some missions, I would just die early. Or, you know, it would just suck. I would die in a sucky way. Especially, we had PvP missions, you know? It would just happen sometimes. But it just happened. And later on in Shaktak, we started to do the thing more that we do in Rats now a lot, where we have respawn waves. But initially, no respawn waves. Could be like an hour, hour and a half mission, and you just die at the start and you're just dead. But it wasn't a big deal, I guess, you know? We just accepted it. It was just, okay, you sit and spec and you watch, maybe you fucking alt-tab. If you go do something else and you come back, they'll ping you when the next mission starts or whatever, and you join in then. And it's kind of harsh in one sense, and I don't think it should ever be pursued for the purpose of being hardcore. You know, like, definitely not, because that's just masochistic. That's Tarkov-brained in a way as well, in a bad way. But it did present something. Like, it did make the experiences memorable and special to me. That's my, you know, my life in the mission mattered. And I wanted to stay alive, and I wasn't just gonna, like, gung-ho. It very much kept me in it. And it made saving people feel really special, too. You know, like, you were actually saving someone if you covered someone. When I was staying up in the open and covering someone who needed treatment or was downed or getting fucked up, it was like an actual choice of me going, I'm willing to sacrifice an hour of sitting around being fucking bored to give you the chance to get the cover. It's not quite, you know, your real life. It's not quite an act of valor or anything. But, you know, it provides something. And I think that's something that a game like Arma can provide that many games can't. So, yeah, PG says there has to be some kind of stake or it's pointless. Yeah. But you have to legitimately have, you know, the potential for suck to occur for that. And I think maybe, I don't know, this is an open conversation of you guys. I'm not trying to be like a hardcore old stooge and be like, we're not challenged enough. We're not, we don't have enough stake. I'm not trying to say that. But I am trying to like just kind of have the conversation of like, could we be a little more higher stakes? Maybe. Don't know. There's ups and downs to it. There's cons, pros and cons, and uncons. Fail says, I wonder if like the live versus dead binary is too complete. The thing I found of casualties is it doesn't really feel all that different than just being injured, except you no longer have to tell the patient to stop moving. I don't know quite what you mean. Andrew says, I think if we want to put increased stakes, we need to put some effort into training, which is hard skill. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Again, you know, another thing from Shaktak is that was a thing. You had an orientation before you played. Shaktak had 2 sessions. It had... Not saying we do this is just me yapping. Shaktak had 2 sessions. A PF&G session, because rookies in Shaktak were called pretty fucking new guys. PF&Gs. They had cute little pink names, very cute. And that was like a tryout for the group as well. That was like trial period. And then you had the full session on Saturday sessions. So right now we're basically just doing like our one big session. PF&G sessions tended to be smaller player counts, probably like 35 when I joined, or you know less, maybe closer to ours, like 30 player count, whereas the full sessions were like 50 to 60. And Shaktak did both PvP and PvE, but PF&G sessions only had PvE, and they tended to be built around the idea of being more of a training and orientation kind of experience that is more friendlier to new players. So PF&G sessions were where people were very much encouraged to take leadership spots that they were interested in learning, or just roles they were interested in learning, even if they didn't know them yet. Like, that was the chance to be like, let's learn. This is a learning session. You're gonna fuck up, you're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna lose missions. But again, you know, you're gonna lose missions. We lost missions in Shaktak. I really like that. I miss that from our sessions sometimes. I feel like we almost never lose a mission, because the admin will just find a way to grease the wheels and keep it going. I like losing missions. I think it's interesting. That was a thing that happened in Shaktak where just the whole platoon gets fucking wiped out. And you're all sitting in spec watching the last 2 people try to live and they die, and it's like, alright, we lose. You go to the next one. I miss that. I miss the feeling of, again, not challenge for masochism's sake, but just like, you know, the stakes. The stakes of like, oh, you can actually lose this. Like, the AI could actually win. We could actually fucking die. Isaac says, your videos have me almost applied to Shaktak, but I also realized that I have no idea what the fuck was going on, so I didn't. No, they were really good about that, I think. I think you would have. They were really good. Obviously, I have bad stuff about how Shaktak ended for me, but the reason I keep going back to it when I'm talking about Arma is because there was a lot of good. There was a lot of really, really good stuff that I respected, and still respect to this day of how good that experience was. I can't speak to now. I haven't been in for years. Andrew says, it's like the extreme version of what I was saying about mission design. Too much killing and not enough killing is bad. Yes, too much killing, no pacing, it's just battlefield, it's a deathmatch. Not enough killing, boring. Andrew says, the pinnacle is almost enough killing to kill all the players, but not quite enough. Yes, that's like the... Yes. Exactly. It's like a horror game, or, you know... Yeah, like a horror game. Same thing. In a horror game, you want to be scared out of your fucking mind like you're about to die, but as soon as you start actually, like, the player starts dying to the monster, like, gets caught, that happens a few too many times. The player loses that sense of fear, because it's like, oh, I'm just gonna get a reset again, like has happened to me. Whereas the ideal horror experience is you never die, but you're always about to. Like, I think of Outlast. Like, I remember Outlast I played with Gem. I love that. Back when we first got together, and we streamed it, actually. And I think it was the same thing, where at first we were, like, so fucking scared, but my memory's getting bad. I vaguely remember, like, a point where Jam was just fucking running around tables, making fun of, like, the nude dongmen, because she just got into fuck it mode. And you want to avoid that in Arma, too. It's very similar. It's because it's tension. It's actually the same thing, I think. Where, it's the tension of you're gonna get fucked up, but if you just walk out and, like, you just fucking die in an Arma session over and over, you're also not gonna care. Because, yes, it's lethal, so you should be scared, but you're not gonna be really, because you're gonna be like, oh, fuck it, who cares, I'm just gonna die anyway, so you're just gonna, like, autopilot out there, too. And that's what you want to avoid. You want to avoid the players autopiloting in Arma. Because that's bad. And that could also, though, happen if it's too easy, because you also just go, fuck it, I'll just walk out there. You know, we had a session a couple of weeks ago where people were saying, maybe it was you saying, Benny, where it was like the armor was too much and, you know, it was too hard to die, and you just, like, walking out there, like, taunting machine guns. That's bad, too. Anyway, it's very interesting, and it's core of why I'm fucking of Armor today, but also, I can feel myself, you know, just talking about this right now. I want to put some action to the words. So how do we sum up what we just talked about into what I was doing? I forget. That was a wandering conversation. We got very far off the initial... I can't remember the initial principle we were talking about. I think closest I could say is just, yeah, like thinking about our casualty rates, really. But also, I guess the interesting thing I wanted to go back to before we move on then is just, yeah, I agree with you, Banzer, like, training, yeah. Like, we're not a hardcore group, so it's not like the thing where I'm going to be saying, hey, you know, it's training time, let's have a training session. Even Shack didn't do that, is my point. They would offer sometimes, like, for specific things, like there was a leader course I went to once, like it was run once. There was once this actually ran a, you know, helicopter pilots, gunship attack helicopter pilots course. That was cool. It was kind of like you went to these workshops your company paid for, you know, like once in your life, and you learn that skill. And it's like, all right, I know that now. But it wasn't like, you know, log on weekly training, you know, get in here for your Milsim training. Again, one of the reasons I respected a lot, really like the experience of Shack is that the guiding principle of Shack was serious fun. That was the word, or the words. And that meant basically everything I liked, because it was completely... It was all about having a good time through having those stakes and through meeting challenges head on and getting better at dealing with them and having a legitimate challenge. But also, it was not about Milsim fluff at all. It was never like doing shit because the real army does it, but it was, hey, the real armies do this, and this is relevant to us, so we can learn from that, I guess. So it was interesting. But it was never, we do this cause an army does it, because that just doesn't apply to games in the same way. So yeah, for us, I think, I don't know. Maybe Vale doesn't know what Gilead Leaf means. Oh no. I think before we move on, I'd just be interested, like, what do you think we do for training in that sense, Banzer? Because there's on-the-job training, which is just like, be my AR while I'm your FTL, and I kind of show you how to be an FTL. But that's kind of like, maybe not like what we need. It's what we already do. And to be frank, I'm not. I have probably some of the most experience of anyone in the group, just hours-wise, in these kinds of roles. But I also don't feel confident enough to be like, you're going to follow me and you're going to learn how to be an FTL from my example. Half the fucking missions, I've actually been kind of just like walking around shooting shit and just telling my chicklings to follow me, so. And just says, my biggest concern is getting people to show up for training. Exactly, yeah. I wouldn't even, yeah. I don't think that would be the way. But I'm just thinking now out loud, like, how do we involve this in our sessions already? How do we involve more, maybe not a focus, but more skills growth? What do you think? I'm putting my glasses on. Do you want to know how CSQN does it? If those are the guys you linked me the video of that I showed just before, yes, but I doubt it'll be relevant, but please do tell me, because I'm still interested. Vale says, there's a certain extent where that training needs to be able to operate with like 5 people showing up. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's certainly possible. I think we just have to figure out what we want to do about it. There's so many ways. But I agree, more skills growth. That's the thing I was thinking about when we started doing like the combined arm stuff a little more this time around. It's like skills growth. You have to... This is really complicated shit. You have to have some kind of effort to get better at this stuff, because it's very complicated and difficult potentially. And if you know, if people aren't individually capable or gonna even think to go out and do that, then yeah, doing it on a group level to kind of guide them into it makes a lot of sense. Mander says they do a whole intel metagame where the regular troops do their training. They do a whole intel metagame. Let me read this properly. Where the regular troops do their training while the intel team go out in plain clothes and take pictures of the AO and stalk their HVIs and stuff. Sometimes the intel team gets compromised and the regular troops have to rapid deploy to save them. So, fair enough, but here's my question. How are they making that interesting? This is, again, not relevant to what we're probably going to do, but maybe... Actually, how do they make that interesting? Because I can't imagine AI opponents making that very interesting. So, do they do PvP to do that? Like, that doesn't sound like you'd get a lot out of it stalking like an AI HVT. Do you know what I mean? Dyson says, that rules. I love that they do that. I would hate being a part of that. I know what you mean. Imagine their Zeuses are just gods. It sounds like it, yeah. It sounds like their Zeuses are very good. That's cool. Like, it's cool. Good for them. Reminds me of the Insurgency mission we played in ST, where you were basically plainclothes civilians, and you had hidden guns, and you had to pick when you were going to shoot. And if the Blue 4, it was PvP. Then if Blue 4 shot you, and you didn't have a weapon out, like if it was a bad kill, then a bunch of AI got spawned, like, as retaliation, like a squad got spawned. And that would add up, and, you know, eventually, if Blue 4 really fucked up, it was a counterinsurgency mission, obviously. If Blue 4 fucked up and just kept killing everyone willy-nilly, they would just get drowned out in, like, AI bodies and AI fighters. So it was this, like, fun little, like, gimmick game. I see it a lot of good gimmicks like that, where on the insurgent side, you're just trying to, like, kind of, you know, be innocent, and then turn their back and you pull the gun out and you fucking spray them. Or you, like, pull your RPG out and you blow up their little striker. That was fun. That was a fun gimmick. That was a really, really fun PvP thing that we played very often. That was a regular session pick. It was a good one. Kilroy has a very popular video of that. Was that Margbar America? I think it was. Where we're driving around in the lada together, and then I think Blue 4, like, bad killed one of us, and he's just screaming, like, fucking blew up my bar mitzvah and shit like that. Just cursing them out. Yeah, that makes sense, Banzer. I know Haebyung because I used to be in StarCraft 2 GOM TV, like the esports scene, and I learned Haebyung means Marine. For reasons you can understand. Yeah, it's cool, Banzer. Dyson says, at a certain point, why not just join an army? Because full context, Dyson also said before, like, that rules I love they do that. I would hate being a part of that. At a certain point, why not just join an army? Yeah, I know what you mean. And obviously that's, like, you know, not an entirely serious statement, but also, yeah. Like, vibes-wise, yeah. Yeah, Dark Business, one of our favorites, Dyson. One of our favorites. We play that almost every time in the wind down. Anyway, I was blabbing out loud, but, yeah, I'm thinking about it now, so let's focus on that. Yeah, exactly, Isaac. Don't want to go on a patrol mission to just walk for 3 hours. Exactly. There is a limits, yes. And it's different. Like, if you want that, you can go seek out the group that does that, exactly. But we're not that. Bringing it back to us, we're not that. Definitely not. We're here for a game, I think. I don't think you'd have come to us for Milsim if you want Milsim, because we don't do Milsim. And just says, I think if we don't hold special training sessions, the only option is on-the-job training, basically. Yeah, I think that's enough. Like, again, pulling from my experience of Shakhtak, that always felt like enough for general stuff. Specialist roles, no. I think if you want to take a specialist role, that is then the motivation to show up to, like, a training session to learn it from someone who's better than you at it. Like, if we were always using an attack helicopter, we're not going to, God. But if we always did, that would be an example where you'd be like, okay, helicopter gunship training course, we're doing it, you know, come here for a few hours and learn it. If you don't learn it, you can't take the slot. You know what I mean? For your instance, Banter, if we wanted to limit people from the ISR drone role, if we start doing that, same thing. It would be, you want to slot that role, you go learn it from Banzer first, on your own time, you hop on the server together and you do it, and then you get to take the slot. Otherwise, no. Tanks, you know, could be the same thing, that kind of thing. Argo says, that's what me and Vale had done with training for being sniper sharpshooters. Exactly, yes. If we were using sniper sharpshooters, it's that special, exciting role people want to take, and it'll motivate them to then go, okay, well, you know, you gotta go to the training if you want to do it. But for anything else, for just regular play, definitely shouldn't be required, or even necessarily even incentivized to have to show up to some kind of training session, and it would be exhausting to keep running that as the trainers all the time anyway. I could see something for leaders if it wanted to be run. Again, the thing I did in Shakhtak, the thing I went to, sorry, is Bricks just decided he wanted to run a leadership course, and he had the experience and he was good at it. And that was great to go to. That was good shit. So again, same thing, it'd be like voluntary stuff. But it's not relevant to us right now, so I'm going to stop talking about it, because I like having the discussion, but now I feel the time pressure of, I want to do things and make more out of my time. So yeah, I think putting a cap on that, I think, yeah, it remains on the job, but I think we kind of frame towards it better. I think right now with the sessions, we're just showing up and having a time. I mean, we're not even making missions right now. We're just Zeusing every mission. No offense to Zeusing. But obviously, you can achieve a better session flow with pre-planned missions. Obviously, because even if it's just the same thing but pre-planned, you're saving everybody quite a bit of time of sitting around while the mission gets made. So I've started making missions, right? I made a mission. It's basically good to go. I just didn't put it up yet. So probably more of that is good, but it's not really super relevant. Yeah, exactly, Banter. Like, I'd be welcome to encouraging rookies to ask if specific trainings available from vets. Yep. And maybe... I don't know, like, there's... I keep trying to focus it, but there's so many ways to talk about it. It's such an expansive topic. Because one potential thread to offshoot to talk about is being like, yeah, well, thinking about the, like, PF and G orientation sessions that we used to have in ST, we could have something similar in the sense of, like, kind of an orientation list of things. I think we did this last time we played. I think Veersrift did it. Being like, you're a new player. Here is your crash course on just how to do with us. Because I think what can come of that is, to make this not totally just another yap, but to bring it back to the original point, once you have a starting orientation, you have a baseline introduction of being like, hey, you know, this is what you do. Here's a little bit of training. Don't use the training word, but here's a little bit of instruction on how to play. It kind of sets the expectation that we do expect you know what to do, because that makes it more fun for everyone, you included. And then, you know, we can probably go from there with, I guess it's kind of like fostering a bit more of a culture of trying to, let's not use the word excel, but trying to be best. Be your best. Be your best self, you know what I mean? Because we don't really do that this time around, at least. And, you know, we could probably do that. Probably start with a retroactive session for everyone who wants to attend it of... Yeah, a culture of skill development. There you go, Vale. I sound so corporate this morning, but yes. You probably have like a session that retroactively invites whoever. Anyone can show up to it. It's not like you'd be excluded from it. Not like you want to exclude people from it. Show up as much as you want to it, but... You know, of kind of like sitting around of people who know how to do things, explaining how to do it to people who don't. Get a list in advance. I think we write down and agree on a list of what's worth covering, so it's not just like sitting there for 3 hours covering everything. Just cover the basics. And then go from there, kind of just like keep encouraging that as what we do, if everyone's down of it, of the idea of like, you don't have to treat this like a thing you need to get better at. It can just be a thing you show up to and enjoy. Duh, it's a game. Never want to cross that line. Never want to cross that line to be like, no, you have to be getting better here. You gotta be hustling. Because that's not what, you know, it's not what a game is to everyone. But it is to me in a lot of ways, and I enjoy it. And so to anyone else it is. It'd be cool to foster that and provide opportunities to, like, feel like you're on you know, have paths of getting better at things like leadership, shooting, tactics, vehicles. Bali says, your options are corporate speak and gamer speak. You prefer skill development or good getting? Well, anyway, that's all interesting to talk about, and something maybe we can talk about in Discord again later, too. I'll make a note now, because I'm terrible at forgetting things. So I'm going to go make a note about it now, but then we're going to move on to me fucking up the AI thing. Yeah, exactly, Banter, yes. I'm going to put it in my... I have a channel for this, my Commander's Office. Oh, Banter says I'll summarize in Commander's Office? That's so nice of you, thank you, Banter. Thank you. Anyway, yeah. So now I have to set a real hard stop. This is a new thing I'm trying to learn to do today, is set stops for myself on getting sidetracked. Because sidetracking can be fun. We just got sidetracked, but even explaining this now I'm sidetracking. So, bam. Now we're going to move on from that very interesting conversation. I'm glad we had it. And we're going to think about AIing. So the whole thing I was doing before we got on all that was settings. So I'm going to just load it again just to make sure I have it right. Now, how am I going to just double check that this is working? Well, I'll just go down to my armor plates and I'll know that's different. Because I had that set up very particularly for me. Where is that? Armor plates. Now that isn't right. So this isn't working, I don't think. So I'm pretty sure we only have like one armor plate right now. We used to do that, Stomiel was fun. We're still on realism. No, so this is wrong. Why is this wrong then? Maybe load this time? This is very clearly wrong. It should... I'm pretty sure we moved to arcade, and it should be like one plate, I think. What's going on? Why is it fuck? It's not my settings, but it's not the right settings. Oh, is it this one? That seems old. I don't know. I don't think it's working for me. I think I might have to hop onto the server and try to grab it from there. Doesn't look like it's working for me. Did I use medical? Yes. we've just started doing it. We've just started playing against Stoat, and we've just started using Ace Med in relative terms in the last, month or two of us playing again. We do Beagle doesn't. Yeah, I've been saying to people, I basically don't do it. I willfully am ignorant of how to do Ace Med. First stream session isn't Ace Med session just for you. No, but then I might not want to avoid it, and I might not care about dying as much again. So I just alt-tab to speak to a friend of mine. My friend Laz. No, I know it isn't, Benny. I know it isn't, but I don't want to know about it. I was saying this in Discord just before I started. But the TTK seems fine enough to me now, with Ace still on, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get rid of it. So that's fine, because it's good now, to me. And also, it's fine enough at least. And also, the fact that I don't fucking... The fact that it, I don't want to have to fucking sit there and deal with the Ace Medical menu has made me play more immersively cautious. I have been running out of cover much less because I do not want to fucking deal with it, That's a good thing to me. That's actually turning me around on Ace Med. That is making me, in a really... It's like you got the right answer but the wrong way. In a really fucked up way, it is making me play more immersively. Because I do not want to get shot, just for not the reason you'd expect. Hey, lads. I was kind of about to tell you to come talk to me on the stream, so that I can chat to you. How are you, Laz? I was just telling them I alt-tab to say hi to you. But don't tell them what I told you, though. Yeah, that's right, Vale. I was thinking that, too. Exactly, Benny, yeah. And I like it as a toughness bar, too. I liked it. Yesterday I was like, no, we're not going to talk. We're not going to talk. I need to talk after. Do this first. Yapping. Hard line against yapping right now. Okay, so how do I get this without ruining everything? Luckily, without being an admin, I can't ruin it. This is the safest way to do it then. So we'll just take... Rats 25 server settings. We'll just take that. Great. And now I should be able to leave. Did you do it already? Yeah, it didn't work though. I'm sorry, Lance. Yeah, I am doing epic cheats right now, that's right. Is it because your client settings and server settings are different tabs? Oh, maybe I'm like pulling from the wrong one. Maybe I should go double check that I just did that right. Because it specifically saves server. Well, that's good, that's what I should save. Yeah, they know about my pedal, Laz. Okay. Load up the VR training. Yeah, let's have a look again, Vale. Let's see. Okay. Benny says Beagle first, anti-First Amendment confirmed. Took me a while to tell what the fuck you were talking about. This looks right. Only 8 thickness. This looks correct, yes. 100% volume. I love that copy pasta, Benny. It's one of my favorites of the year. Favorites of many years. I just want to, because I'm very paranoid, kind of want to check a few more things just to see if this looks like I took the server settings properly. What are some other server settings that would have been different to mine? What can I check here? Actually, have no idea. Unfortunately, I might just have to trust that it worked. I just have to trust that it's working. Because I don't even know what mine would have looked like different. Oh yeah, I didn't fuck with this, so this looks right. I don't think I fucked with this anyway. Fracture chance, I could just wake up chance. This looks like the right settings. Let's trust it. Let's trust that it is. Not the end of the world if it isn't, to be quite frank. I'm a little too particular and anal about getting everything perfect when I do settings like this. It's fine, we can wing it a little bit. And just to check the bleed out team in Ace Med. Oh, thank you, I will when this comes back then. Yeah, if you know what the settings are, that'll help. Just assuage my mind. One sec. Ace Med. Check the bleed out time. Bleed out time, bleed out time. Might be cardiac, I don't know. Cardiac arrest time, 3 minutes. Laz says, I'll never understand what happens on Beagle streams with Smile and Nod. I invited Laz to play with us. All of you rats. I invited Laz. But Laz didn't want to. But I knew Laz wouldn't, because Laz is not really an army man enjoyer like I am. But Laz, you're still always welcome if you ever want to come join us with this silly shit. Default's not 3 minutes? Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm tempted to ask about how to fuck up ace med settings to make casualties sometimes not as easy to recover, but that's a different topic and not even necessary right now. All I want to know is, does the TTK kind of feel right now? Yeah, Ban's just trying to entice. Laz is not a milsim enjoyer at all. Laz is the furthest thing from enjoying military war stuff, I think. I know this because Laz is my friend and I talk to Laz about things, and sometimes when my interests of like that come up into the forefront of my head, I'm just so very aware that like they're not the interests of Laz. Pretty tough fucker there. Have you got certain HP still? But what are your thoughts on the group doing longer missions? Expound. What do you mean exactly by that? I think these guys have like custom settings is why they're gonna be chunkier. Yeah, they got like custom settings on. Oh, because I was testing rats. So actually you should go down to one play, because I forgot. That is testing player. Right? That's testing player TTK. Doi. So go back to 2, but then we'll select them all at once. Les says, I don't think I've ever really played a Milsim to any extent. Yeah, I mean, it's just not something you seem interested in at all, Laz. Like, I grew up, you know, my first memories. From the start, I was fucked. I was into that boy thing. I'm not trying to be, like, gendered and sexist right now. Sorry. In the way that inevitably is. But, like, that boy-encouraged thing, as I grew up in the 90s, duh, he still is, of army. I've always been on that train, you know? And the NATO version of it, too, which is why I always got to play fucking America and NATO and Blue 4. Because, duh, I grew up in a NATO country. Let me just grab everyone, and I just want to change that. Sammy says, with multiple objectives and more room for using assets and complicated maneuvering. Well, we do like one short warm-up mission and one long-rail mission. So again, something I had a lot of experience in from Shack Time, because that's how it works. You would have the big, we would call it the big co-op. On the Saturday big session, you would have the big co-op. You'd have like some warm-up missions, and it's like, all right, let's do the big co-op. And it was exactly what you're describing. Does work, but let's go back up. Oh, hang on, did I miss something? I missed a message. Tammy says, my old armor group would typically do sessions where we did 1 to 2 missions that were like 3 to 4 hours long. That's long. That's even bigger than our big co-op was in ST. Yeah, like, it's a cool concept, but one, you definitely need to have reinforcements and shit. You can't leave people dead for that long. Actually, that is a reason ST started doing respawn waves, is because we started doing longer co-ops. Just like you're describing, yes. I think it's cool, but you need the framework set up around it, and you also need the player base to be ready for it. Yeah, I'm sure you would, Les. Yeah, exactly. And ST had like 80 to 100 players. We had such a big group. I miss it. That was really cool to scale. I remember one of the first times I looked out over from a hill at like the entire company moving in our like 100-player sessions when that started becoming a thing. Extremely cool to witness 100 players moving in concert. So fucking cool. I do miss that. But yeah, like I think it's cool, Sammy, but I think it's kind of like a cart before the horse thing. What am I doing? Yes. I think it's kind of a cart before the horse thing. Like, I think we'll know when we're ready for that, and I personally don't think we're there yet. Others can weigh in. Of course, you get better at things by doing them, but I don't think we just jump into that deep end and get good at that. I think we just be overwhelmed, and it would be kind of like messy and unfun. I think the way to get there is kind of doing that skills training, encouraging the culture of skill improvement we were talking about before, if you were here for that. And then we'll kind of like know I'm ready. We'll kind of like tease at that kind of idea with like more complicated missions. Like right now, for instance, after we started out with the combined arms shit, I actually went back to the drawing board in my head and was like, I actually want to make a mission, and my mission that I've made is this. That is really basic. It's just an infantry platoon. Just doing infantry platoon stuff. Because I want to just give a training, not a training, the opportunity to learn for whoever is leading that mission, to be like, here's a kind of simple situation. There's a bunch of bad guys, but, you know, let's see how you platoon command or whatever. Anyway, TTK. Doesn't seem any different. But that's, again, these are players, so this is a fine TTK for players, I think. Maybe not in the head. Yeah, bro. What the? Man, he says, I don't think A3 could even run with that many players, to be fair. I've heard the sessions in A3 for SD have got smaller since they switched over. I wouldn't assume that means... There's probably other reasons for that. Not to guess or gossip, but like... I don't think Arma 3 performs worse, right? I think if anything, Arma 3 performs much better internet-wise than A2, so I don't feel like that's a... Unless you have a reason for that. Why does this feel so wrong on the TTK on the head? I guess because we have like very low headshot settings. Kind of peeking behind the curtain here. What about if I shoot AI? Yeah, okay. It's probably just like a player thing. So that's like a crazy amount of headshot hits to take. It's kind of random though, see? Like, they went down in 3. This is the thing I don't like about Ace Med, but don't worry, I'm not griping about it today, I'm just saying. Just, objectively, I don't like how kind of random it is. Like, that doesn't... I don't think that's good. That needs work, I think, ideally. But I'm not doing the work, so I'm not... Again, try not to gripe or like bitch. Just saying, objectively, that probably could use some work. For contrast, without Ace Med, again, not saying we go off that now, because I'm coming around, but... You know, I had been worked in here for like probably 4 hours, and I had a TDK where it's like beautiful. It's like, okay, consistently headshots where I want them. 7.62 at a real point because you could still get like kills in a few bullets quicker at range of 7.62 than you could at 5.6, that kind of thing. But that kind of feels wrong to me. I feel like that's my settings are fucked up because I feel like I would definitely not take 7 headshots and survive in the sessions I was playing. So it kind of makes me worried that my settings are still fucked somehow. I don't really understand why that's happening. I don't really get what went on there. In fact, how is that even possible? How is the AI consistently dying? They must have too much health. There's no way the AI is consistently dying in one hit. There's no way the plate is making that 7. That's gotta be my settings. Come shoot the other targets. Really? That's so weird. Do we have some kind of like specific player headshot protection? Is it through the plate somehow? Because the AI doesn't have plates and we do, and that's what I've set up here. It must be the plates. But it's only 1/8 thick plate. Bender says Ace Man makes players 4 times tankier than AI. Oh, I guess that's it then. That would be it then, yeah. Damn, that... Really? That's fucking crazy. That wouldn't affect plate health? Yeah. Make the AIs playable and supply to them. After you shoot them. That's not a bad idea. Oh my god, I hate... I hate that you just had that idea because it's so much better than mine. Do you want to know how I was testing headshots before? Can you look at this and guess? Fuck you! Why didn't I just do it that way? I'll show you what I did. Such a better idea. This was how I was testing headshots. Your way is much better than mine. Also, that's not hitting, that's the new, like, suppression indicator. They haven't actually hit me yet. Everything I found out here is, like, the AI is actually not super good at hitting the headshot here. Ow, there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's quicker. I don't really get it, because that just took me down to... like, almost the whole plate is gone. I don't really get it. Shoot me again, bruh. Hey. Shoot me. Ow. I took no damage that time? And then I took all my damage and went down. Weird. Don't really get it. Still don't understand. Still don't really understand what happened there. It must be because these guys are like all fucked up. I must have like some kind of fucked up setting on them. Let's start again with them. Let's reset them. Rifle. Let me make my targets again, because this does matter for me. Am I getting sidetracked? Maybe. I wanted to play with AI, but it's important to me that this feels good first, I think. I want to have kind of like a handle on this. So, it means goodbye to the semi-target, I guess. Because what I was doing is I was just putting down a... Oh, hello, semi-scrotch. Putting down a NATO guy. And then just putting on the typical rats loadout, which... Is it this one? No, that's for when we had a different mod set. I guess it'll just be this one, yeah, because that's what I was using in the session. Okay. You can do this through TMS's, Banzer? Ah, you're right, I probably could, yes. Okay, But I'm gonna miss it not being Semi's face. I need to be Semi's face again. I can pick that, can't I? That's identity. This is important to me, I'm afraid. Where is identity? Here. I think if I scroll down, I get the mods. Where is the rat's faces? Here we go. No, that's Web Knight. There's me. There's Banzer. There's Face Think. Hank Hill. Wasn't that Brit's beautiful face? I want to say... No, I don't remember, actually. There's Mongos. Was Brit the Hank Hill face? I can't remember. There's Handgun Leopards. So this is at the bottom, just above women's faces. Oh, there they are. That's why I couldn't find it. Yeah, you're right. Sort of a W. So I just have to go to the ace settings to make them a captive. It's not fucked up. Don't think about it. Yeah, make unit handcuffed and surrender. Oh, also just like take their weapon off them to make this easier. Hey, where's your Sammy face? Where's your Sammy face I gave you? Oh, there it is. We're good. Why aren't you standing right, though? People's VR Warcry Mausoleum. It is. Why are you standing like that, bro? I don't know, whatever. These guys aren't working, so just get rid of them. Would it be easier just to change them to careless? No, because then they'll run around and try to live and shit. It's super annoying. Okay, I do need to give you one plate. Is the points. 1, 2... Oh, now they're all semi. Of course they are. Yep. Now they're all semi. Oh, no. Oh, well, that's... Yeah, I must have something fucked up. Oh, wait, no. What the hell? Ah! Why? Why is it so random? 8? Like 8 shots? But the first one was like 1 shot. What the hell is that? This is classic modding or development of any kind. Set out to do something and then just kind of get distracted by an annoying thing. You could be fucking... I mean, no, because then that one too... I think it's just ace being random, right? I don't know. Look, I don't really know. Laz is here, and Laz has given me the advice before of you don't get stuck on this stuff, you just move on. You think how I'm supposed to their faces, it might be it. But I think I'm going to do that, and I think today I might actually have the self-control to actually move on, rather than get lost in this fascinating rabbit hole forever. That's Helmet, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't know, is it better to shoot them in the face? Yeah. I'm thinking about it too, Laz. I remember that advice from you a lot, because it's the right thing to do. Don't know. Well, fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. It's not the point. I'm moving on. I'm moving on right now, and I'm gonna dive straight into the thing I actually want to do today, which is improve the AI. So to do that, not improve the AI, but get a better understanding of the AI myself, and then think about improvements if needed. So I'm actually gonna go to Rosh. This is what I like to do when I'm doing shit like this. I actually want to go to the scene of the crime of what I didn't like, and work from there. Waiting. Someone pinged me. Was that you pinging me in Commander's Office, Panzer? No. That was Yuka replying to me. Just reply to my mom about something real quick. Just asking Mum about this C-tab thing for better map information. I love Risk of Rain, Semi. We never played Roar 2 of you, did we, Semi? Jam and I played a lot of Risk of Rain 2. We actually got really into it on its release. Didn't stick with it, of course, you know, games, but I don't think we ever played it with you, did we? No, what? You guys are into it? Were. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna look at my last played. Risk of Rain 2. We last played it in... Jesus, 2019. Okay, it's been some time. But we have 55 hours. I have 55 hours. So me and Jam were really into it, but we haven't played it, like, in this lifetime, essentially. I don't think she's, like, that interested in ever trying it again. New DLC is 1010 incredible. Listen to this. Ooh, you can try. C-tab minimap. Looks like this. Oh, it gives you a little indicator. That's cute. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Momo and Banjo too. Thank you. Momo just gave me a good little answer about that C-tab mod that I'm considering. Yeah, it's that kind of game, buddy. Listen to this. No music, Sammy. I refuse it. Oh, don't be a fun suck beagle. Fine. I can just pause mine. Is this a soundtrack? Usually give me songs. Yes, it is. I know my Sammy. No, I'll listen to it now, Sammy. I can be fun for once. Just put that on in the background. Roar 2 has always had... All Roar has always had good soundtrack. Yeah, it's really good, lads. It's really, really good. It's 2 high energy. It's okay. I've got energy today. 2 high energy for the stream. It goes for 3 minutes. How distracting could it be? That's like a roguelike. Turn it up at least? Fine. Oh, shit. That's fine. I just have to get sidetracked a little bit. I can't even find how to set playable anymore. What am I, stupid? Oh, it's a drone, that's why. I'm so silly. Hey, Mongo, how are you? I don't remember how to fly anymore. I don't think my keys are even set up right. Whoa, they're not. Oh my god, I don't know how to go up. Q and E is roll. What goes up? Ah! I don't know what collective up is. Oh, it's just W, duh. That's how it used to be. I don't have any buttons set for this. It's just pure mouse control, really. W's nose up. Yeah, not from me. W is collective up for me, basically. W is go up. I think back in the day I had it at Q. This gives me good vibes, Sammy. This song is like, reminds me of RoboQuest soundtrack. It is a bit higher energy than a lot of their songs, or at least... Not all Roar 2 songs are this high energy all the way through, if you know what I mean? Okay, so A and D is my left and right. Oh, that makes sense, Sammy, yeah. Maybe one day I'll play it, yeah. I assume it's like a boss or something. How wide are your rotors? That is the question you must always feel physically and ask when you do dumb shit like this with little birds and Arma. When are my rotors gonna connect with that birch tree and end my virtual life? How wide did the developer make the hitbox on this virtual object? These are the questions we must ask ourselves. Right now! There we go, we're fine. The music's gonna cut out of nowhere and I'm gonna be like, oh. Jesus Christ, this is terrifying. This is tame. We're not doing shit yet. We haven't even got any power lines. We can make it dangerous by trying to go through here. That's a good song, Sammy. I like it. That is a good song. How sharp is this bend? Too sharp. Way too sharp. We could not be doing that. Oh, I need my keyboard binds to be a little bit tighter with this shit. You have a full fire team in the back making you heavier. Is that actually simulated in this? Honest question. I would not put it past Ace. But that sounds maybe too complicated for them to actually do, technically. Also, it's kind of dangerous for me to read stream chat while I'm doing this. I'm not really sure. It sounds like the kind of thing Ace would do if they could figure out how to. But I'm not sure if they would know how to in this game. I'm not sure if the game would support that. I gotta set these keys up again. Watch party? What are you doing watch party for? I'm not able to watch chat right now. Now when a song ends, you have 5 seconds to land? Okay. I need my keys for that, though. So I'm gonna crash, but it's okay. At least you know it. Like musical chairs. Ah! I clipped the rotor on that tree. Well, I landed. Oh, it's cheating. This was on a loop. It ended in a minute and 30 ago. Anyway, again, fun little aside, but doing a bad job of keeping myself from not getting sidetracked. Good song though, Sammy. I like it. You've also maybe want to get my flying keybind set up again now. You've sparked me to want to fly helicopters again, so that's good. But without any sidetracking of that right now, where was I at yesterday? We were at what town? It's sort of S, I think. It was not Ratslingen. Stocken, said Valar. Where is Stocken? Point to Stocken on the map. Ah! Yes! Now I see it, yes. Okay. So I want to just set up the situation as it was. Vaguely enough. Because my problem was that the AI would not fucking do what I told them to here. Now, I'm gonna hope that spawning them in an Eden won't change how they behave compared to if I Zeus them in like I did before, because I want to just like save time here, because it's gonna require some iteration. Basically what I did is I had a bunch of these squads just chilling. I don't think I even had them garrison or anything to make this harder. And I recognize what was happening to them. It was just that usual thing of they fucking got into danger mode and just wouldn't move. And Wargame Zeus is meant to kind of help with that in having a maneuver mode, but it wasn't really working for me. Dad says, hey, I recognize that rooftop. Yeah, as I was saying to Vale before, I saw Vale died. Vale, like, was getting BMP'd in, I think, this balcony. It's some good shit. I was wondering how many BMPs to send against you guys, because I decided that you guys had too easy a time taking this, and it wasn't interesting enough taking the town, so I was like, alright, if it's too easy, I'll make it a hard fucking push, so I sent 4 BMPs. And 3 of the BMPs died, and the 4th one lived and fucked you guys up, so I was like, that feels like that was eyeballed and about right. Hopefully. 1 BMP per dragon, yeah. Let's have a 4 squad here. And what happened, right, is that there was a little sentry squad up here, so I'm going to spawn them again. These are my little custom compositions I have. Again, I'm not trying to get sidetracked, but basically these are custom loadouts I've set up where they don't have smoke grenades and they have all tracers, because I think that's more interesting for the game. So we've got that. I'm going to need to be a Zeus, and then we also need a stand-in Rats platoon. So if we could just have like a rifle squad, or I can just use my marine squad that I have in my custom compositions. You just go to custom comps. Where are my marines? That's a different one. Where are my marines I'm using recently? Oh, I don't think I saved them as a comp. That's okay, I could just use... I can't just use these guys, it's just kind of annoying because they'll pop smokes, but whatever. The rats probably were too. Okay. I'm sure I have a better one though. I'm using MRAPs. Kind of annoying. Let's just a Russian platoon has occupied Lego City, build a rats platoon. Let's just maybe build the rats platoon, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I can just like sidetracking myself as I try to find the quickest way to do this, but I don't want to like sit here like efficiency sidetracking myself. So what we're just gonna do is I'm just gonna do the best thing that will work, which is take this composition of Marines and a rat. Not MRAP, sorry, an AVP. Just gonna take them out. I don't think there's a way to like just grab a squad out of a transport. I wish there was. If there is, Banjo's about to be like, this is how you do it. But otherwise, I don't think there is. Just grab these Marines out. Are you the Marines I want? Do you have sights? Ah, just the attacks. Select all the infantry in the editor panel on the left. Then drag. Get back in there now. Okay, so you don't select a squad, which is what I tried to do. Oh, because you can... Oh god. I've made the Super Marine. Okay, and then with formation. Cool! That is exactly what I was looking for, thank you. Terrific. I guess that would work in Zeus mode too. Nice. So there was... You guys attacking from... I think like here and here, basically. We have you two guys there. And the funny thing is, you guys also... Not you guys, I'm calling you guys like you're actually players. The Marines would actually do what I want, really. So this won't really work out correct. Let's just try to force it. Let's go like move. 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 This is vaguely the path you guys took. And then maybe what I can do is just like kind of make them all like kind of invulnerable. Because the rats didn't die. That was the thing. The rats did not die. So I don't need these guys just like dying, because that would make this not what I'm trying to figure out here. Like just give them like too much HP. I don't know how much that is, but just give them like 200. And set their skill really high. Big skill. Okay, and then if I just make myself a Zeus, I'm just gonna try to get these fuckers. The goal here is yesterday when I did this, they all got stuck in... They just fucking did nothing. They just milled about. They didn't even go the wrong direction. They just went nowhere. I'm gonna try to get them to be responsive and do what I tell them to do. And they were fucked up even as soon as they just heard the fighting. They just went on danger mode. So I'm gonna try and make that not be the case. And hopefully I can just get good, but it may also be like an options or mod issue. I sometimes wonder if maybe we should like take away some of our AI mods and like make them dumber but more like reliably aggressive. I don't know, you know. Lads. Make them more responsive, unlike me. Okay. I don't know why I typed in Zeus, because I'm thinking right. I just need a little guy here. Don't be in the tree. I just need a Game Master module. That's wrong. Not like that. Like this. Every Zeus from a RTS mod. It's good. I don't think it's the problem, but I agree it does have some like annoying bits I want to like make a bit better. But I think the problem is more just that like Lambs and VCOM and maybe even CFBII, but I think it's mainly Lambs and VCOM are like fighting each other while fighting Vanilla and Wargame. And it's like 3 different commanders, 3 different brains for the AI telling them what to do at any given time. And they just like, not really Wargame, because Wargame just like tries to force them to do things, but just like I think it's just like lambs and VCOM, like, works well if you don't try to tell them to do anything, and you just expect them to kind of like sit around and like fight from that position. As soon as you try to tell them to go anywhere, very difficult to make them listen, because their other brains are being like, no, do this. Kind of like, you'll tell the AI to do something, and then their lamb's danger brain, their VCOM brains will be like, no, no, my liege, you must not go out there, it's dangerous. Prone in the middle of the road for 50 minutes instead. Is, I think, kind of what goes wrong. Oh, you guys kind of... You guys are moving too hard. I should actually test that before the fighting. Okay, so they start fighting. That's fine. And, like, the Lamb's VCOM brain is fine as long as you don't want them to move in their position. They'll, like, kind of move around and shoot. Engage with, like, vague levels of competence. Maybe move to cover, maybe not. That's the idea. Now, Dem's over here. Hang on, this song's too distracting for me because it's got the vocals. Dem's over here, they've started doing the thing. They've started going, whoa, the fucking shit going over there. Let's start doing things. And left to their own devices, like, what are they even doing? That actually interests me first. Kinda gotta understand the foundation here to know what we're working against. Less as I think you enjoy playing God too much. It's fun! You don't do it? I wanna do this in Freelancer, lads. Wanna fucking just log into the matrix of the Freelancer server and just send little wings at people all day. It is one of the best in the gaming business, I think, is Arma 3's Zeus, to give credits where it's due. Extremely cool and convenient interface to do this. That's, like, if you've only ever played Arma 3, A2, Arma 2 did not have this. This was new in Arma 3. A2 had this in a mod that came later in its, like, play cycle. But, you know, Arma 2 didn't even have a 3D editor. Last is only... Your code only ever won one individual when you play Chaos Mod. Fair. So yeah, like, the thing is, their automatic behavior also isn't even what I want it to be. I don't really get what they're doing. I guess they're, like, just moving to cover in their area. It was Zeus and A2's dispenser. It was called, not MFCTI, but it was... MCCM? I don't know, it was M something. It was a clan's development that then everyone else got to use. And it was basically Proto-Zeus, yeah. It was really, really impressive. Extremely impressive custom UI, custom scripting, to essentially let you do this. Super cool. It's actually what I first used to do things like this in Arma 2 for Shack-Tack. Back before this was really a thing you did in the Arma series, I guess. And it's actually the first time I did Shacker. I basically did, if anyone knows what that is, I did my Stalker zombie mission first in this kind of, I just did it on a whim in Sandbox, and I was like, that's cool, I can make a mission out of that, and I did. Shack was using originally, yes, it was very different because we didn't have like zombies, I think. It's gonna sound so boring, but somehow they enjoyed it. Basically, it was just me like survival horror fucking with them. Like, I just made this little group of like 6 people like walk around the mosque at night. And I would, like, do creepy shit, like, you know, like, have a flaming person appear, or, you know, be hovering in the air, like, weird anomaly shit. I don't know, I kept it going for, like, hours. They really enjoyed it. And just the vibe of that, I turned into Shacker, basically, of, like, a little team going around and being scared and doing things on a creepy island. So shout out to that, I can't remember the name, sadly, that Proto-Zeus. That's the only reason I ever did Shacker, really. Even if they eventually get their shit together, it's not ideal for me, because I want to be able to tell them to get their shit together. But I am interested here to see, like, what are they doing? It's possible to see what they're thinking. No! There isn't... Well, I don't know. I don't know of an easy way to just tick on, like, a debug screen that kind of shows me what they're up to. But actually, no was completely wrong on me there. That was a Lizard Brain response. Yes, there is. I've seen it. The Lambs devs use it. There is a way to turn on, like, a debug mode that shows you, like, what they're up to, what routine they're going into. I don't actually think I even want it here, though, because it's kind of deeper than I want to. I don't want to, like, improve the AI at that level. I kind of just want to, like, what I see is what I get. Fuck with them a little bit here. Yeah, that was always a good part of it for me, Benny, I like PvP, but it's not just like killing each other PvP, it's like scheming against each other PvP. Like, I think shooting each other is less interesting in that scenario, rather than just kind of tricking each other and then running off and getting in a helicopter and leaving the person to die or fend for themselves. They're searching for targets. Well, let's focus on that. Rather than nostalgia baiting myself. They are advancing now, so that's interesting. This is just kind of interesting to see what they're up to. This is one problem, is when I was trying to tell them what to do, I'm going to be inevitably getting in the way of this. So probably what's happening like yesterday that made them even worse opponents. Because this looks better than yesterday. One thing to keep in mind is that on the server, there's going to be less performance, so they might be dumber because of that. But I think what I'm seeing here is basically, in the absence of giving them direct orders, they're able to at least do the thing they want to do, whereas otherwise it's me going like, don't do that, do this, and then they're fighting with me, and they just end up doing nothing good. Lloydie. PvP, but the V stands for... I can't remember to pronounce it again. Vizier? Yeah. Have a good one, lads. See you, my friend. We shall talk soon. Like, this is, like, kind of competent, whereas I say they didn't really feel very competent before. Then again, it's not like players wasting them. Like, the way they're all in the open here, players would definitely waste them. They totally friendly fired there, too, I think. Yeah, I wonder about that too, Barley. I wonder what, like, the ideal squad size is to, like, get shit done. Yeah, so, like, this is whatever, like, I think we can just confirm something that I already would have known and suspected, which is they will be a possible enemy to walk into and hunt down, murder in their houses as a purely, like, defensive static force. But what I want to do is I want to get them doing what I want to do. So I'm just going to try to do that now. I don't know why the squad leader is off on his own. Like, what are you doing? It also can tend to be map. Like, I haven't seen them be as annoying yesterday on other maps as they were yesterday for me on this one. And I wonder if it's just, like, the way the nav is set up on... And the way the complexity of the urban environment is here on Rosh was just too much for them to handle. That was my first impulse. But let me try and assume some direct control. So, if I just tell you... Because what I wanted to do yesterday is I wanted to have teams move up. I wanted to have 2 squads move up to here and dig in and engage the players from the front. While I had machinations, I had dreams of other teams moving to the side, God forbid, and eventually setting up a kind of like a flanking engagement. But a fair one, not that they were just there in an ambush, but more like they were moving there. The problem is, you can see, I tell this squad to go there, and they have zero interest in responding to that. And I have the patience here I didn't have yesterday while I was trying to salvage the experience with the players, to actually just kind of like wait and see if they ever do it. Like if it's the over micro that's fucking with them. Because like, yeah, you've been told to go there, you are scared and in danger, but you're not in direct combat. You really should be making some effort to follow my wishes, right? What's your squad? Alpha 1. And you have 1 waypoint, it's the one I gave you. You know to climb fences, right? I don't know. I was thinking that just then too, that it might be the fences. But even then, you know, we should at least see them go by the road. Our fake rats are so much less aggressive than the real thing from yesterday. Because they are also AI suffering from these same problems, just kind of like, you know, slow movement, slowly advancing. Notably, I mean, they are moving up, following their waypoints, which is good. They are slowly going in the right direction. It's just the pace at which the player platoon was moving yesterday. This town was wiped out in like 5 minutes. I actually had to cheat and spawn more squads to make it a little bit more interesting. Because the initial contact just got... It was like four full squads. It was like 4 to 6 times the player numbers, and they just got eviscerated so quickly. The players were just melted them. So that's why I'm looking for more responsive AI, because by the time, even if these guys eventually get there, whoops, I just fucked with them. By the time they eventually get there, this fight is over for 5 minutes. Anyway, I think what we're seeing here is... This is just like non-acceptable speed. And I also want to see direction. Like, are you actually going to try to do what I told you to do at all? Or are you just basically ignoring my wishes? Because that's an important, like, that's a very basic important thing to know here. Is it just that the AI is bad at doing what I tell it to do? Or are they just completely ignoring me? That, I think, really matters to find out. It looks like they're just completely ignoring me. Like, okay, that's maybe not literally, but effectively ignoring me. Like, once they're in combat, they're like, thanks, command, turning the radio off, we've got it from here. And that's good sometimes, but not all the time. I mean, yeah, the squad leader's just going back down the road. Okay, so that's not good. Now, here's what surprised me. There is a specific maneuver mode in Wargame Zeus mod. And I've had it work for me before, so I was surprised yesterday that it didn't seem to. The way this is meant to work is I toggle this on, and now they're meant to very directly, like, ignore combat and just do what I tell them to do. And what was really weird yesterday is I used it, and they still didn't seem to make any difference, any change. You can see that it did make them do what I told them just there, but now we're chilling. So is it going to work? Was I just not patient enough? This is the weird thing, is I understand when in normal mode why you're kind of just fighting, but why are you ignoring me in maneuver mode? That's concerning. Very concerning. That's meant to be the mode that just makes you do what I tell you to do. That's very strange. Is it because you're in move at will mode? Ah, this is the swap I forgot to make, I think. Yes. So I think this just stops them shooting. Ah, I think I forgot my Wargame Zeus food. Also, before we get any further into it, there is another way to do this. Oh, is it not working? I said that unselected. There is like literally a semi-direct control mode. Also interesting that their squad is moving in that direction, but they're not. That's interesting. There's like an assuming direct control mode that goes like this, where you just like literally force them to do something. It works pretty damn well. I was too scared to use it yesterday because a few weeks ago when I was fucking around with that mission where you guys took that town called Stella or whatever, I must have accidentally selected the players, and for some reason you could do this to players as well. I must have accidentally selected players, and then when I did this, I basically mind-controlled every player to start just, like, lose control and just go on a path I drew for them accidentally. In the same way when I was just trying to do it for the AI. And I only knew because everyone started screaming on the radio, ah, what the fuck is happening? Yeah, that was a Demon Position event, yeah. And I felt really bad about that. No, I don't think anyone died from it, so it was fine. It was like, kind of no harm, no foul, just weird as fuck for everyone, sorry. But also, I felt so, like, near-miss bad about that. I was like, oh, I just haven't touched that feature since. I wish there was an option to just be like, never let that work against players. But it's really useful because it is a way to just force the fucking AI to just goddamn do what they're told. Which, as you can imagine, extremely useful. Is that making everyone do it? It's a bit of an art form, I think, in using it itself. I'm still not super used to it. How do you make everyone do it? There's a way to, like, stack it. Hold the Alt key to move in any direction while moving in the arrow direction. Oh, you can shoot back if you want. Hold the Shift key to force the vehicle on the road. Hold the Alt key. How do you stack them up? Oh, they, like, stop and engage on the path, I guess. It's so funny because they're kind of, like, strafing, too. These two, oh my god, what are you guys doing? It's like kind of cursed, but also kind of impressive that it's even possible. It basically just like forces their path extremely invasively. I want to remember how to do it. Like, how do you stack them up? There's a way. There's a specific way you stack them. Oh, it is. It's just as long as everyone's selected, they will like stack up. So I can, like, set it to here. Execute. And then you should go do that, right? Did I, like... I think I, like, bunched you up. But it should just be, like, quite literally forcing their path. They should just be going, like... Can you, like, bring it in? What is that? Like, select a point? There must be a hotkey for, like, grabbing the point of it, too. I mean, it gets them moving. I think I need to get, like, confident enough to use this with the AI in sessions again. Just be more careful I'm not selecting the players. I think what happened the last time was I, like, bandboxed the AI. I didn't realize I'd bandboxed the players, too. So maybe I just have to, like, look away from the players. I mean, I don't know. But, like, it's very useful to, like, be like, no, like, flank now. It's really, like, the only 100% reliable way, I think, to make the AI do what you want. And that can be so important, as, you know, as you can see. Because, yeah, now they're there. And because they're quite fine at, like, fighting for position once they... Fighting for a position once they get there, like, it's fine, right? Once they get there. Whoop. I think the RTS devs had hotkeys just like regular RTS games. Yeah, there are a bunch, actually. Oh, what happens? I think that just makes you go through a fence, which is the other thing you gotta watch out for when using this mode. I think it just, like, ignores terrain. Oh, actually not there. Cool. Some walls better than others. Go, Speed Gamer! Make it to cover! Damn, you took like 5 hits. You figure out why ATGM didn't work? No idea on that, I'm afraid. It's like, you two, come here. And come stack up with each other. How do I stack you? You just get out there and fucking push that Marine. Oh, that gets fucked. But, like, push them a little bit. Let's go charge. It's fine to hit the bushes and you're gonna go whoop-de-whoop. You go, like, path around the bush like it's a solid object, I guess. Dynamic assault. Okay. That's fun and all, but enough fun for now. So here's the other thing I can do, and I forgot this. What I can do is go into hold position mode. Now, hold position mode is where they actually fucking listen. Like, now if I just tell them to maneuver mode run, I think they should just do it, right? Whoa, maybe not. They're going forwards. Why are you going forwards? No, 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 no. I mean, you are moving. You are moving. Just not in the right direction. I do suspect at least part of this is map is too complicated for them to be, like, responsive on. I don't really get where you're going, but I suspect you're doing a long... Like, a long arounds. Like, I think you don't like the fences. Just fucking going for it, though. But you are moving. Like, that is good. You're just moving in a real fucking whack-ass way. Ah. The problem with this mode, though, is that they won't shoot back. Even if I put them onto combat mode again, they won't shoot when they're in hold position mode unless we have the Wargame Zeus Fog of War spotting system on. And that's kind of, like, theoretically very invasive in a way that worries me to even try thinking about putting it on into a session, which is why I haven't yet. But it does make it like this thing where... I had it happen a bit in the mission I Zeus before as well. You can have this problem where if you're managing a bunch of groups at once and you're using this mode to get them moving properly, and then you forget to go back and turn that mode off on them, because it's not immediately obvious you've left them on it, the players will they'll just be like staring at players not shooting, and that's kind of like a bugged session experience at that point. That's bad. We want to avoid that. That's just bug. It's also like kind of still not really getting them going in the way I would want. Like, they're not shooting anymore. But they're still just not really doing what they're told. I do wonder how much it's just the map. Like, here, there's no fences in your way. Go, go, go. This is this fucking worst thing. It basically makes it so that you can have side-specific Zeuses. So you can have, like, a Red 4 Zeus that only sees Red 4 units and only sees what the Red 4 units have spotted, quote marks. And to accomplish that, it uses basically a wargame / Broken Arrow style RTS game optics versus stealth system, which you can fully configure yourself. Where, for instance, you know, you might say these guys have a spotting range of 1,200 meters. These infantry have a stealth, you know, of 2, divided by 2, so then it's 600 meters instead to spot these guys. And then, you know, their ability to know each other is there and engage or not is based on that. And then they will fire in the hold fire mode with that in mind. It's a cool mode too, because also, like, when you have that and the advanced shooting system on from this mod, the AI is a lot less helpless against certain threats. Like, if you fly a little bird over these guys right now, they won't really do anything. If you have the wargame mode on, they'll just start spraying it with rifles the way that players would, and they'll get rid of that fucker. Just interesting. But it has its drawbacks, has its pros and cons. I'm specifically very leery of turning it on in any session setting yet until I've extensively tested it the feel good off session, because it's the kind of thing that's gonna feel weird in gaming to people if they're aware of it, if it's set up wrong, and I just know it's gonna like leave some really bad impressions if it's not like kind of introduced perfectly. And I'd also need to make sure like it could even be introduced perfectly and isn't just, you know, ultimately incompatible with how we do things. But it does provide more control, which is cool. Now, the leader moved back here, but not the rest. Is that a problem that I can fix in formation settings here? Oh, you can see they're spawning stuff there too, by the way. It's not purely like a dumb RTS, like it takes into account target size, stance, cover, muzzle flash, movement speed, and environmental light level. But, yeah. Still something I'm not really confident with yet. What about formations? I feel like what's happening right now is you're not in formation, you don't care, which is fine, but... Change speed, hold position, move at will, inventory... Fast. That's a thing for people? Okay, maybe you were on slow speed before, you're on fast speed now, I don't know if that'll matter for an infantry, not a vehicle. Direct control is a thing, yep. You're on hold position mode. You're on fast speed. Will setting a formation reset you guys to get into formation? Doesn't look like it. Any other options for me here? Not really. Okay. So give a new order now that you're on fast. Any difference? No. Not really. You guys are still just stuck there. You're not even allowed to shoot back, but you're still just stuck there. You just won't listen. And you have, like, every limiter on you possible right now. You really should just be doing what you're told. This person is. You just won't. It's weird. It really is weird. Like, now you're moving? But you're still not. What else could I try here? Form group, nope, split. I don't think there's really any real, like, little magic bullet options to try. My goal here, again, to reiterate, is that I tell this squad in this mode to move here, and all of the squad moves over here with the squad leader, and goes to the place on the map where I tell them to go. Let's check the Wargame Zeus settings and see if anything jumps out at us. Have a drink of water, by the way. Make sure you have water to everyone. Okay. Nothing is overriding. Let's see if the server maybe has something turned off. Isaac said no. Have some water, Isaac. It's good for you. I will dehydrate and I like it. No, you won't, Isaac. That's the thing. Not unless you're some kind of very niche form of masochist who specifically likes the way it feels to mistreat your body and not give it its best. Not sure if that kind of pain slot exists, but if that's you, hey, I mean, good for you. I just don't know. Direct control of AI units. But you're still gonna be healthy, Isaac, even if that's you. Engage in your kinks responsibly. Direct control of AI units, that's not what we're looking for. Don't need that. That's fine, don't need that. We don't have the advanced AI shooting on, and I think it'll be interesting to see the difference too. So I think that will also make a difference. That might be too strong against the players, but that might also make the difference in like making the AI more challenging. I think without this on, it's very easy to see how common it is for the AI to just be like this little plinking force. Like they're kind of there, they're kind of individual brain-wise, like sort of fighting competently, much more competently than they used to about all these AI mods, that's for sure. But they're still not really like a threat in a coordinated way. It's more just like, I feel anyway, you know, we run into them, we kind of plink at them. It's kind of like Call of Duty. The AI is just kind of there. They shoot at you, you shoot at them. And I think when I've tried the advanced AI shooting, they actually engage in the element a lot better. I just wonder if it's too good, because I saw them like, I felt like they shot through like maybe cover more of this, like weren't fooled by bushes as much. But also then I took this off and they still did it. I think Arma just does that. Like Arma just is very much loves to shoot through trees and stuff. And it depends on the maps. I think some trees block vision better than other trees. Depends on how the map maker set it up, you know. That sucks, Isaac, yeah. You get yourself like a big, I'm gonna tell you how to suck eggs, Isaac. You're gonna get like big chunky water bottles. So that's a different thing we'll try later, but let's not get sidetracked. It's not the goal right now. Right now is the movement. Disable forward observer AI for Zeus units. So this enabled only units that aren't under Zeus control. Automatically go for fire support. Yes, that's correct, I think. Wait, yes. Yes? I don't know. That's fine, it's not gonna kill a session. Yeah, I guess it's just already a thing, Isaac. We'll have a look at that shooting system in a second, or not in a second, but after I've done with this a bit more, because it is really interesting to see the difference. That's the spotting routine thing I was talking about. We don't have that on. Draw controllable groups custom icon. Shows a custom NATO symbol above groups the player controls. Meh. Control group name. Click on hover. Still not what we're looking for, I think. Show the context-sensitive menus associated with objects such as vehicles and enemy group icons. Weird that that's off, because I feel like it's on right now. Acquire key to open context-sensitive menus. Still not what we need. Path planning. Yeah, I want this to not apply to players, please. Play mode for selected units only. Yes, that's important. Draw the line. Yeah, that's good. Force units to stop. If checked, will force units to stop moving on the player in its planning mode? No. No, definitely not. Minimalist interface to improve visibility during planning mode. Okay, fine. Doesn't look like there's anything here that's going to really do it. Air exchange expression. No. Okay, so that doesn't really help. Damn. I was kind of hoping it would. It doesn't. I know a way to test if it's VCOM doing this, I just don't know what I would do if it was, because VCOM's really good. We like having VCOM. We don't want to get rid of VCOM, it makes the AI much more interesting to face. But I guess it would be good to know if it is just VCOM is being like, I'm the captain. Isaac says I fucking hate VCOM. Oh, why do you fucking hate VCOM, Isaac? Is it because of the aforementioned SUV incident? Yeah, I guess I can just turn off VCOM AI active. VCOM made forest come atrocious. You reckon it's VCOM specifically that makes him shoot through trees? See, I actually don't think I was really around when VCOM got enabled, or I wasn't part of the decision at least. But I know very little about VCOM as a result. My era was, that I was responsible for, was lambs. And I think it's good that VCOM shoots through trees. Yeah, I mean, as long as they're not too accurate, I think it's okay. I think you have to certainly accept that, like, oh, the AI is fucking shooting through trees, but also, like, it can be okay. I think as long as the AI always has tracers, you can then shoot back too, and it's like, in my experience, it seems kind of okay. Here, just turn off VCOM, restart, and let's just see how different it feels without VCOM on. Yeah, that definitely is always gonna fucking suck, Isaac, as a feeling. I definitely agree with that. I didn't really realize VCOM was the one that did that. Okay, so VCOM is off now. Now, I think what we're gonna see is an AI that's like a lot less robust and interesting in the fight, but also like maybe is more responsive, because now it's just lambs. We'll see. I remember I've done this test before like a couple of weeks ago, and I was stunned by like how much VCOM was actually responsible for in terms of like decision making. But we'll see. Yeah, that sucks so much, Isaac. That's like one of the worst case experiences. I agree with you. Like that's just one of the most frustrating things. Because they're all dead. Now I think the big difference here is I think what VCOM was responsible for is all of the like combats. All of the tactical combat decisions beyond, like, the individual unit brain. I think all that Lamb's Danger does... I don't know, actually. I think Lamb's Danger is meant to, like, make squad stuff, like, send people off to flank you and stuff. But I don't know, it just doesn't work at this range or whatever. I don't know. Like, the thing is, they don't even seem in danger mode now, whereas before... with VCOM on, they were all getting into danger mode already, but now they're just sitting there. Man just says volume of fire plus listening good wins forest fights. Isaac says you can't push into them, which because they'll just keep shooting you, so you have to try and smoke and retreat, but if you smoke, they'll suppress your smoke and still shoot you, which is fair, but like still a piss off. Yeah, I think the ideal is we have, like that can be fun, but we have to make it that suppression is good. I think it is. Make it is the wrong words there. We have to continue ensuring that suppression works against AI. I think it does right now. I feel like it does, but I'm not certain it does. But it feels like when you suppress the AI, I know we've got it on, but I feel like it's to an acceptable degree that we can suppress the AI. I've been suppressing a lot. And I think if the AI has tracers, you can just like return fire and make them inaccurate and kind of make them stop shooting as much. And that's really good. Like, I think that's the dream. Anyway, how do you do it? You gotta go, like, here. Start running. So, I think it does kind of demonstrate immediately, at least at this point, I don't know, maybe Lambs will take over again with the struggle again. But for right now, in this same repeatedly situation, there is currently nothing fighting my command of the AI in the way that VCOM was doing. Unfortunately, unlike the Wargame mod, I don't think you can just like turn VCOM on and off for them on the fly. Now, this is just shitty pathfinding, I think. I can't really blame an AI mod for this, I think. Oh, or is it really good pathfinding, actually? I take it back, AI. Maybe you're just deciding to go through a little doorway. I don't know why you're waiting for your buddies. Okay, no, it's shitty. Now you got here and you're like, why am I here? Now you're getting stuck. I do think the map is a lot to blame. Splatty says, Lambs tries not to get in the way of waypoints and AI settings. VCOM does not bother doing that. Yeah, it's a shame because, well, it's a shame. Because you want different things in different situations. Sometimes you just want to have AI in an area who are gonna be an interesting foe to fight, who aren't just gonna be sitting here waiting in a V. And you just like put them down, it's low maintenance, and the players just get to fight them. Sometimes you want the AI to fucking listen to you. And I don't know of a way to just, like, toggle VCOM off to be like, okay, this squad right here, do what I say. I thought that was these Wargame Zeus modes were doing that effectively, but now it seems like maybe not. And it says, you want Lamb's Garrison module for that? Oh, like, if they garrison, they, Can you do that in the open, though? Like, what if I wanted to be like that in this forest? Like, to spread out the cover. Somebody says, I grip out a Zeus thing to turn VCOM off? What? Like, a module you drop in a squad? Oh, shit, bro! Link it. Module tapped in the open. Yeah, I know I can get them a Lamb's Garrison thing into buildings and they'll be like... They'll like sit in them. This was like 8 years ago, I don't remember what it was, lol. That's cool though, like that's kind of what I need, I think. But wait, why are you guys doing nothing? Did you just lose your waypoint, I guess? Go down the road, man. These guys have got so fucking stuck. I appreciate they're at least kind of trying to do what I wanted to do, but they're definitely getting fucked up on the map. Oh, just like a horrible way. Like, again, you know, if you've got your stopwatch, it's like, okay, the rats have already killed all this, and the flanking force still hasn't moved. You practically need a system of this game that games like Stalker have, where it's like the AI is simulated but not actually there until they're in view and in combat. Like, you practically need a system where it's just like, this is just a map marker, like a 3D marker for the Zeus to see that is like, Russian squad, you know, Motoshoki squad, 14 people, right? Or 7 people. And it just like very obediently just like follows your orders like an RTS when it gets to here. And then like only really enters simulation mode when it like enters a player's loss, you know what I mean? And it just says, yeah, if I'm Zeusing this and I want to have a big flank up, and I would just spawn the AIs in the flank but at a loss. Yeah, and wishes or fishes. Ideally, I'm trying to find a way where I don't have to just arbitrate it like that. Because I think it's more interesting to have it play out like this. It gives the players, rather than being a direct DM of being like, aha, and then the ambush came, it like gives the players, I think, a more actual experience. And as a Zeus, like, lets you see things happening. Like, you didn't map out in your head, oh, should the team be here already or not? You, like, actually let them get there on their own. And it's just the felt experience of the players is the same. Yeah, it definitely is very similar, I would agree, in a lot of cases. I just think there is, like, a value to, like, if it's possible to have it be actually happening, I think it will end up in being better experiences, even if just from the Zeus side. Bandit says it's necessary if there's a drone of eyes flying overhead. Also true, yes, exactly. And I think even if I spawned a group here yesterday with them acting, like, bad, I think I would have just been still struggling to get them to move up to here. You know what I mean? It's like, without spawning them into the positions they need to fight from, it's still a problem. I don't know, I never played of it really, Total Geek. Camel says, you can't because the groups have to spawn in the open somewhere because otherwise they're going to have all up the path out of buildings and around fences and that's just a recipe for disaster. Yeah, it's very much something the game would have to be built for. Try it right now. I can, but I still wouldn't satisfy me. I think it'd be better, like you said. Like, it's something I've done before. So I already believe you. I don't think I need to. I already believe you, and I already think you're right, of course. I think with without VCOM, the AI is sticking closer together, which I think isn't necessarily a bad thing. I also like the idea of the AI straggling less. I like the idea of them being, like, more of a clumped squad. So that you can be like, there's a squad there, I see a squad, and not necessarily be like, there's like fucking 50 guys just spread out all on their own. It's like an arbitration, but I think it's good for gameplay for the players. Even if, like, chunked up extra health, the Marines are not doing well either, by the way. But yeah, again, problems. Like, they're just fucking... What if there's no map in the way? Like, just go here. Can you do that for me, or are you still getting, like, hijacked? I feel like I'm just learning that, like, Rosh is a terrible map for AI. Or Rosh Towns. Oh, hang on. But you're doing your own thing again. Has Lamb's Danger taken you over or something? Maybe. Feels like it, yeah. Okay, so new plan... Wait. No, yeah, you're still doing what you're told. New plan, without VCOM, put on the limiters. Okay, now you're on hold position maneuver mode. Go here. Do what you're told. Where's speed? Change speed. Fast. Stance up. Why? It's an open field. Go do what I tell you. I think, so this must be Lambs now. Because VCOM should be completely off. I don't think we have any other AI mod that would be doing this. Certainly not the Wargame mod. The Wargame mod is meant to make them do what you want. You can smell the bullet force. Weird thing too is I have had experience this working the way I'm expecting before, and it's either the settings from the server are completely different and fucking it up somehow, or the map is just that fucked that they can't even walk across a field. I guess I should try this on, like, Altus. And see the difference. Because they're just being so amazingly disobedient right now. Like, impressively disobedient. They are just rebels. Really bizarre. Like, they should be just completely lobotomized right now, just doing exactly what I tell them to, and they're just not. That's what the whole position mode should be doing. I think it's good that the AI wants to kill us. No, I do too. That's why I'm not just saying, oh, let's just turn off the AI mods and stuff. And have, like, dumb little zombies. I agree. It's just trying to get that best of both worlds of... Sometimes you want to tell the AI, okay, it's time to stop shooting, make a move for a minute, and then shoot from there. Because, yeah, they're just moving to contact. Or are they, like, moving to here? To move to here, then move down the road? I'm so morbidly curious. Can I speed shit up? What are they doing? Like, I want the AI to be able to respond to actual maneuver requests more precisely, more responsively, because that's how I think you get more interesting tactical situations, rather than... I feel like what we're a bit limited to right now, without just, you know, as Banjo said, just spawning them in positions you want, is it's just kind of like... Yeah, you hit contact and you shoot them, and you kind of play a cover shooter until they're all dead. Oh god, it is, look. That is so fucked up. You were here? I think this map is just fucked. It has to be, look. They were here, and I told them to go here, and they went like this. I don't know enough about how this game's pathfinding works to know, but it just feels like they have, like, fucked up nav mesh nodes or something that they have to follow, and this map just has them set up so wrong or not set up at all or something. Because that's insane. You were here! Like, why otherwise would you do that, you know? No way would you do that for any other reason, right? At least they're moving. Like, I'd say I'd like them to move a little bit quicker, but hey, like, they're moving at a pretty respectable pace. I don't like how far away they are from their leader, but you can't have everything with what the fucked up path they took. They are doing what I told them, right? Like, here's another, always a hard test. Break contact. You guys, like, stop fighting. Hold position, change speed. Whoop. Stance up and just... break contact. Stance up, stance up. Break contact. That's something that AI doesn't like to do. And they are all moving, which makes you think they're honestly giving it a try, but they're just so clueless how to pathfind in this environment. It just feels like they haven't got a clue what to do. Exactly, Hojan, exactly the same problem I had. Exactly the same. Yeah, it's not even really that they were doing... Yeah, they're just, like, looping so strangely like this. And maybe it's because I look at this and I see, like, okay, just, like, you know, walk this way, find your way through. And they just see, like, fucking walls everywhere and they have no paths. Because, yeah, these poor fuckers told to hold fire. They like, are moving. Just not backwards. If they were doing this with backwards, I'd be happy. It's a similar setup on another map. Yeah, I think we have to go to another map. Let's just copy all of this. And let's go to a vanilla map, because obviously that's going to be a great way to check this out. So let's go to Altus. I think this seems to be core to our issue.